Welcome to the 15th Floor, a Radiohead reaction podcast where a Gen X father tries to convince his Gen Z son that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time by introducing him to Radiohead music one song at a time. You'll hear his reaction and score given the first time reaction, and I will be giving my lifelong Radiohead reaction and lifelong Radiohead fan reaction. In the old days, I would have started that all over again, but in the new days, I don't care. Last time we did a viewer request, Tame Impala, which you did not particularly love, and I liked. And naturally, all the Tame Impala fans said you did the wrong song, which, yeah, I don't know. We're just going with what people voted for. So, anyway, back to Radiohead. I said we were going to go back to B-sides for a long time. This has been the number one requested overall song for a long time, let alone B-sides. So we're going to do the Daily Mail. This song actually comes from the live, from the basement recordings for 2011 King of Limbs. It's a really well-loved song, probably more loved than any song on the King of Limbs, which I don't know if that's actually true, because I really like the King of Limbs, and I can think of a couple songs on the King of Limbs that I like probably better than this song, but this was really highly requested. I was so surprised by how many people wanted us to do the Daily Mail. So here we go. The Daily Mail is a great mix of something that sounds like it's from the King of Limbs and then also something that might sound like it's from OK Computer. So I'm not even going to ask you if you've ever heard of the Daily Mail. There's not a chance in the world.
Nope.
The Daily Mail was requested by Jonas Wendon, Thrimpton, It Me, Funny Monkey, Bathrobe Warrior, Franz Skay, Dull Dreamer, Ross G, Elaine Barstow, Ptah, and Vince K. And I probably missed a lot of other people as well, but those were some that have been on there for a long time and also some people that just recently requested it. I don't think we should talk much about this song. Let's listen to it.
On a mountain, the lunatics have taken over the asylum, waiting on a rapture. Singing we keep your prices down. Feed you to the hounds, to the Daily Mail. Together, you made a pig's ear, you made a mistake. Paid off security, got through the gate. You got away with it, but we're lying
Definitely took a turn there when it comes to mood. Well, maybe not mood exactly, but rhythm? Is that?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, rhythm. Yeah,
Yep.
everything.
Yeah. Mood is right.
Yeah.
Feel, rhythm,
Yeah, that first
volume.
Yeah, the first few lines of the song were kind of like a depressing piano, and then got more extreme.
We're gonna get full orchestra going here.
in the sand.
It's strange. I don't know. I kind of like that first part. I kind of like the depressing piano. I thought like the melody was sweet. I kind of like that first part more than the second part.
They certainly could have made a whole song out of that first part that would have had a really maybe end of the album impassioned flair. But they go full on orchestra. But then they bring in I love that Barry sax and those trombones. They stand out really well, and maybe even a tuba, I think, that stands out really well during that pumping. I mean, it's like it's almost, there's a funk to it. It's almost got this 70s funk to it. But what I like about this song is that it really is the first time since OK Computer. I mean, this is one of Radiohead's favorite themes in the OK Computer Kid A, maybe all the way through Hail to the Thief. These themes they're going back to the same themes. This kind of anti-capitalist, getting all your information from one source, shunning big media. The Daily Mail is a tabloid type newspaper from England that is not really well looked. It's kind of frowned upon, but I think it's more of a moral issue than it is a just smutty stuff. But it's not looked well upon, certainly by Tom York. But this is such an OK Computer type theme, but in a later phase, even though they'd been working on this song for years, it comes at a time when they're musically more not advanced but different, and that's why you get Johnny's orchestrations, which are just perfect. And this is one of those songs where you got Johnny in one corner and Tom in one corner, and they're not fighting against each other by any means, but it's them showing each other what they can do, I think.
Trying to upstage one over
maybe
the other.
A little bit. Tom York plays this piano piece and is like, look what I brought to the table. And Johnny, yeah, well, let's do this instead. And and does what he does. And instead of them saying fight, they say, that's perfect. And it is. It's really good. And I think a lot of people like it because it comes from the King of Limbs time, from the Basement recordings. And it kind of touches every part of their Radiohead nerve, and I've always loved this song, and it's a good song. A lot has been made about the lyrics. There's talks about pigs and things like that, and because of the talk about lunatics, a lot of people make a connection with Pink Floyd and brain damage and stuff like that. I don't make that connection. I also don't care to get into the argument about if the first line is about the moon on the hill or Moonies on the hill or the moon is a rock. There's a lot of argument about what the freaking lyrics are. Doesn't matter. No arguments. I don't like people arguing in the comments because that's not what we're about. But I'm interested to see what people think the line really is. I don't really care. I don't care what it is. It's a good song.
Right here it says the moon is high up on a mountain.
Yep, I think that's the most commonly. I think that they're the as far as a published lyric with Radiohead's backing, that is what they say the lyrics are. There are just a lot of people that say, no, it's about Moonies, which are, followers of the Reverend Moon. I don't think that's what it is, or maybe that's not even what it's referring to. The Moonies on the hill. There's a lyric that says the moon is a rock on the hill. Anyway, I think these are the genuinely accepted lyrics. Someone's going to say, they're not the accepted lyrics. It's Tom York singing, It took me a couple of years of listening to Climbing Up the Walls from OK Computer to realize, oh, he just said climbing up the walls. Anyway, we'll hear that song later. Maybe that's where we go next, just because I brought it up. Of course, that was back in the 90s when you could actually just unfold the insert and read the lyrics, but that was not cool. You were supposed to just learn the lyrics by loving the song. And so that meant you sang the wrong lyrics for years sometimes until you really found out the lyrics. You're like, oh, that's what he's saying. Oh, that's better. I think if you listen to it and you like that piano part, when you hear it again, you'll hear that piano part and you're like, I do like this. I like this song. And then they'll turn to the heavier stuff again, and maybe you'll be disappointed the piano part's over. But just the driving lyrical lambasting that Tom York does right there. Once that pumping funk comes on, is just it's just really cool.
I don't know. Songs that kind of like really change everything don't do a lot for me. I mean,
You want it to stay.
I want it like sometimes a smaller change is good, but like one that goes from depressing piano, calming, neat to like something else that's like almost the opposite, completely different. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It kind of throws me off a bit. It feels like two different songs.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that. I thought you'd say, why not just make 2 songs?
Yeah.
I think the two acts really complement each other really well. Polyethylene's a little bit like that too. A change of mood, a change of pace. Of course, Paranoid Android is like that, but they all have underlying themes throughout those acts, throughout the movements of Paranoid Android. So it's not a lot like that. I'm trying to rack my brain a little bit while I'm talking because I really feel like I could get you in a trap where I'd say, you don't like the change of a song? Well, what about this song? And some song that you love. And I can't think of any, so I can't trap you.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Mm-hmm. That's the song that does that.
Yeah.
It has like it has 3 parts for me. It has
Yep.
the mama just killed a man, and then the weird middle part.
Yep.
And then the guitar rock. And
Well, and then the nothing really matters.
Yeah.
There's 4 movements in that song too. That's okay.
Yeah. But the first and the fourth part kind of like
Yep.
And that's a song that everyone loves. Like everyone loves. And I'm like, it's fine, but it's like I don't understand why it's like the best. Like some people would consider it probably one of the best songs of all time, and I don't.
I thought for sure the rock gods were going to strike you with lightning, so I was looking out for it.
Thank you.
It didn't happen, so you're safe.
It's a good. I'm not saying it's a bad song.
Yeah.
I can understand why people like it. It's just not my thing to like songs that change from "Mama, I just killed a man" to
I see a silhouette of a man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just not. Yeah.
But I mean, does that turn you off, or are you just like, no, I just this isn't my thing?
No, I feel like it's just not my thing because I just feel like with that first part they could have made a whole song about that first part, a whole song with that second part, and just stuff like that.
And again, the horns, you're doing something that nobody else is really doing as well as Radiohead is doing with Johnny Greenwood and his orchestrations. Because it starts off the way a lot of, if you listen to Mini Discs Hacked, you get to hear Tom York's process a little bit, and it starts off the way a lot of Radiohead songs that were eventually released much later, but were worked on during that time, which is more around the time of OK Computer. And you see him working through it, and this song kind of starts just like those songs do. I'm thinking of like Nude or Motion Picture soundtrack, songs like that. Anyway. We'll get to those, and we'll talk maybe a little bit about Mini Discs Hacked. This song, like so many songs since In Rainbows, is sprouted from an old idea, something they'd been working on for a long time. So when we do these reactions, Jacob always gives it a score. What would you give Daily Mail?
6.5.
6.5. That
Yeah.
low.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know. Like. For all the people that I've disappointed, you can throw the hate or whatever. I don't know.
They're not gonna throw the hate. They're getting used to you reacting that way.
Yeah.
Because they all know, as I know, oh, you'll come around. You'll learn. You'll learn, baby. You'll learn. Let's see what the kids thought. Every time we do a reaction video, we also let my younger children draw a picture. They're getting really
lazy.
Artists get so feisty. And they are getting to the point that the young man, he did not want to draw a picture if I will not tell him the name of the song. And he went through 2 minutes of this song kind of sitting there like this because I wouldn't tell him the name of the song. And then I finally said, okay, the song's called The Daily Mail. And he perked up and started drawing. And so he draws... Wow, I don't know what he thought the Daily Mail meant, but that is Marshawn Lynch from the Seattle Seahawks on the left, carrying the football, and that the other guy is from the Minnesota Vikings, and that guy up in the box up top is the sports announcer saying he's got some daylight.
Those look like ducks.
Yes, yes, they look like ducks. Yes, they do, my friend. And then her picture is two girls. She likes these two girls. She actually said something that I was surprised by. These are the same girls, she says, that show up in a lot of her drawings. These aren't just random. She doesn't just draw girls. She draws the same girls, which I thought was interesting.
The blonde.
The blonde, yeah. The blonde says, "Here's your mail, and I'm so sorry. And yes, I did read it." And the girl on the right doesn't seem too fazed by the fact that someone's reading her mail.
I miss the old pictures.
Yeah, there was a time when they were drawing suns, and they were drawing like totems, and they were drawing colors, and now they are just really dialed into
Two people.
Yes, lots of two people and lots of stick people, duck people.
Yep.
But thanks for your efforts, kids. I know we're gonna go next for Radiohead, and we do need to get to the Smile. And doesn't hurt to start throwing out viewer requests again. But I think I'm going to go with one of our long-term listeners who keeps who has repeatedly recommended a couple of bands, and so I think I'm going to go with that person next. We'll kind of let you know who that is, what band that is, so you can all throw at us some requests for that. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. Let all your friends know this is the greatest channel of that has only 600 subscribers on all of YouTube.
Yep.
Anyway, continue to love one another. Keep listening to music together. You're now leaving
the 15th floor.